Hello Python coders, how are you all? Welcome to this video, which is going to be the last video of this whole Python Bootcamp 2021 course. In this video, we are going to write the code for our smart calculator. So let's get started. So here I have my PyCharm and here we have all our 14 projects. So let me close this and let's create a new Python file for our smart calculator. And let's name it smart calculator and then hit enter. And the first thing we will do is we will import everything from tkinter module. So write from tkinter import star. Let's close this, and after importing everything from tkinter, we will create a window for our application. So to do this, we will use tk method. So write when equals to tk. You can give any other name as you wish, and then we will set the dimensions for this window. So we use geometry method and then pass 500x 300. Use x here and not star operator, and then we will set a title for this application window. So title and then give smart calculator, and then we will set the background color using the configure method. So write when dot configure and then background equals to sky blue. You can give any other color of your choice, and then we will run a main loop to run this application as we have done in the previous projects. So main loop, and let's see our window. So our window is looking fine. So let's close this. After creating the window, we will move on to the labels. So first we will have the label I am a smart calculator. So write L1 equals to label, and then we will pass window, then text. Let me close this. Text equals to I am a smart calculator. Let me check the spelling. Yes, it's correct. And then we will give font styling. Font equals to I'm giving Cambria, then font size 12, and then bold. And after this we will give width equals to 25, and we will add some padding in the x-axis. So pad x equals to 3. And after creating the label, we will place this label by giving x and y positions. So write L1 dot place and give x equals to 150 and y equals to 10. So let's run this and see our first label. And here we have our first label, I am a smart calculator. So after creating this label, we will create label 2 and label 3. So let's copy this and paste it 2 times. Then change this to L2, and then in text we will give my name is Python Hub, and then keep the font same, width 25, pad x3, and then we will change the place and we give x equals to 180 and y equals to 45. Let's comment out this and let's run. And we need to fix its position. So let me change this x to 160. And let's close this and run this again. We need to fix this a little more. So let's give 150 and let's see. And yes, now it is looking fine. Let's close this and let me remove this width from here, and then let's change this to 180. Now if I run this, and yes, now it is looking absolutely fine. So let's edit our label 3 now. Change this to L3. Then in text we will give what can I help you, and then we will remove width from here and then set the position L3 dot place x-axis equals to 176 and y-axis 130. So let's run and see. Yes, we have all the labels in our window. So let's close this, and after creating all the labels we will create entry. So before creating the entry box which is going to take the input from the user, first we will take input using the text in variable and then equals to string var. And now we will create our entry using the entry method, and in this we will pass window width equals to, let's say, 30, then text variable equals to text in, and then we will place this entry and give x equals to 164 and y equals to 162. Now let's see. Yes, we have the entry. We can give an input here, but there's no button to calculate the result. So let me close this. So after creating the entry, we will create the button having text just this. So to create a button, we will use button method and then pass window because we are going to place this in window. So then text equals to just this, or you can change this to get result, and then we will set font styling Cambria 12 and bold, and the most important parameter is command. So we will set command equals to calculate. We will define this function calculate after some time, and then now let's place this button and give x equals to 210 and y equals to 200. Now let's run this and see our application, and it is giving us the error calculate is not defined. So let me define this calculate first. So let's define this here. So def calculate add braces, then colon, and then just write pass because we will define it later. So now if I run this, and here we go. We have our application, we have all the labels, entry, and then get result button, which is not doing anything right now. Now let's close this and create the list box to get the result, to display the result. So let's define it after the button. List equals to list box, and then place this list box in the window. Set width equals to 40, height equals to 3, and just place this list at x equals to 135 and y equals to 248. And now let's see. Let me run. And yes, we need to fix the width and height of this list box. So let's close and reduce the height to 2, and let's reduce the width also to 35. And let's see. And yes, it is looking okay, but let me do change this to 145, and let's see. Yes, now it is fine. So let's close, and after defining the interface we will define our mathematical functions. So let's close this also, and here we will define our mathematical functions. So write def add, and then give a comma b, add colon, and just return a plus b, and that is it. Now let's define function for subtraction. So def sub a comma b, and then return a minus b, and let's just copy this and we paste it here and change this to multiplication and return a star b, then paste and change this to div and return a divide b, and then change this for modulus and a percentage b. Let's give space here. Yes, after this we will define functions for LCM and HCF. So let's do that one. Def LCM and give a comma b and colon, and then what we will do, first we will take a variable L and then assign a to this L, which is going to be the answer, if a is greater than b. So if a is greater than b, then assign a to this L, else assign b, and then run a while loop while L is less than or equals to a into b, add colon, and check if L modulus a equals to 0 and L modulus b equals to 0, then return L. And if this condition is not true, then update L by 1. So L equals to L plus 1. So how this is working? Let me take an example. Let's take A equals to 2 and B equals to 3. So first we will assign 3 to this L, and then we will run this loop until L is less than equals to 6. So this will run L is less than or equals to 6, and then we will check if L, which is 3 modulus 2 equals to 0 and 3 modulus 3 equals to 0. Since the condition is not true, we will update L to 4. So now our L is 4. Then we will again go to the statement and then we will check this condition. 4 is less than equals to 6. So we will go to this condition, and now 4 modulus 2, this is true, and 4 modulus 3 is not true. So we will update the L to 5, and 5 is less than equals to 6. Then we come to this condition and check 5 modulus 2, this is not true. So we will update L, this will become 6 now. And now when we come to this condition, so now 6 modulus 2 is 0 and 6 modulus 3 is also 0. So we will return L. So this is how this LCM function works. Let me remove these comments. So after defining LCM function, we will define HCF and then give A comma B, and here we will assign A to H if A is less than B, else we will assign B, and then we will run a loop while H is greater than equals to 1, then colon, then check if A modulus H equals to 0 and B modulus H equals to 0, then return H, else just decrease H by 1. So after this we will now working of this HCF function. You can check this on internet. I'm not wasting time in this one. Let's create our smart calculator. After defining all mathematics functions, we will define a dictionary that will contain all the similar words as we have understood in the last video. So let's define a dictionary of operations equals to curly brackets, and first we will define similar words for plus. So plus, then we will call add. So let's remove the space and then we will add and then give the value equals to add, and then we will define some other similar words. So let me define them. Now let's define for subtraction minus sub, then let's define for LCM now, then HCF, then multiplication, then division, then modulus, mode, then give E mode, and with this we have created our dictionary. So here we have our dictionary. So now whenever the user enter any text having some random words which are not important for calculating a result, we will eliminate them. So to do that, we are going to define two methods, one for extracting the numbers from the text and second for calculating the result. So let's define them, and let's define extract from text first and give text to this colon, and firstly we will define an empty list, and now we will check for t in text dot split and then give space colon. I hope you know why we are doing this, because we have understood this in the last video. So now we will try to convert this t into float. So try float and t, and if it is converted we will append this to the list. So append float t. Let me remove these braces. Yes, and if it is not converted, then we will accept value error, and we just pass this word, and in the end we will return the list. So in this list, this is capital. So I hope you get this one, how we can extract numbers from the text. So after this we will define another function that will calculate our result. So we'll define def calculate, and then parameters are not required here. And in this, what we will do, we take the text from text in and then use get method to take the text, and then we will do again the same procedure like this one to check the text for the operator. So we use for word in text dot split and then give space here colon. Now we will check whether the word is present in the operations dictionary. So we write if word dot upper in operations dot keys, because we are checking the keys, and if it is present then we will use try, and then we will extract numbers from the text. So in L we will have our two numbers, then we will use operations dictionary, and if word dot upper is present in the dictionary, then we will call that particular method and pass both the numbers to this method. So L0 and L1. So let me tell you again what's actually happening here. We are taking the text from the text and input, and then for word and text dot split we will check whether they are in operations keys or not. If they are in the dictionary, then we will extract numbers from the text. So suppose word is, suppose user give addition. So first we will convert this to uppercase, and then here first we will convert this to uppercase and then check this addition in the operations. So here we have the addition, operations square bracket addition. This will return this function. So here we will get add, and then we will pass both the numbers to this. So that's why we are writing L0 and L1. So let me remove this. Now we have the actual output in this R variable, and finally we will display this result in the list box. So first we will delete everything from the list box. So we will use delete method, then give 0 to end, and then we will insert list.insert end and then result, and then we will accept if the word is not in the operations keys, we will first just delete everything from the list box. So 0 to end, and then we will display a message. So list dot insert end comma just display something went wrong, please enter again, and finally we will break to display the result. And we will add an else block. So write else. So let me copy these two lines and then just paste them here. So in any other case, we will just delete everything and then print this message to the user. So that is it. I hope we have defined everything, and let me remove this calculate function now. So now let's run this application. I hope this will work. And here we have our smart calculator. So let me give something, add 7 and 89. We have some error, object has no attribute key. Okay, we have to change this key to keys. So let me run this again, stop and rerun, and let's try this. 56, add 56 and 5. So it is giving us the error. Let us check our program. Let's close this and let's see. Okay, here we have a list, so we have to define it using the square brackets. Now let's run this again, and now if I give add 56 and 3, and we have the output. So let me check it with sub, and yes, it is working. Congratulations on completing this mega project of smart calculator. With this, we have come to the end of this course. I hope you have enjoyed this course, and all the best.